We're back, the Dave Van Auken Show. I'm with PFL superstar now, featherweight Magic Marlon Moraes. Marlon, how you doing, my man?
I'm good, man.
What
Pleasure.
we're
Finishing
finishing up?
camp.
Yep,
Finishing camp.
yep.
Like start to do a little hard on diet, but all good. I fought at 35, so this time now fighting at 45 feels a little easier.
That was actually one of my questions for you, and it's got to feel good. I always hear, of course, one of the biggest fights before the fight is that weight cut. A veteran of the sport, this has got to feel good that you don't have to go down to that 135. 145 has got to feel a little bit better for you for sure. I would assume.
Yeah, definitely. I can keep focus on the training, on the diet,
Right, right.
and this is very important. I just can feel how important it is right now as I'm doing.
That's great. Great to hear. All right, let's talk about it. We're less than 2 weeks. The first event. How does it feel, first of all, to kind of like throw that out there? The first event for the PFL, Las Vegas, and you're the main event versus the champion of the year before in the featherweight division, Brandon Lockney. To me, that's big. They don't put you in there. They don't put you in there to fight anyone else. That is a big time fight. One of the biggest fights the PFL can make. What does it feel to be one half of the main event and to fight the ex champ?
That's why they did, and we never know when is the right time to make a fight. You just make it and see what happens. And that's what they did. And first fight of the season, I'm gonna fight against a tough opponent, a guy that knows what to do in the cage. He isn't playing out there, and he have a history with PFL as well. He did amazing last season, and I signed with the PFL to compete with the best and to fight in a new format of show, season, 10 guys, 8 guys qualify, and I'm ready for the whole year. I'm ready for Brandon, and I'm ready to get there next in 2 weeks and
Yeah.
showcase my skills in the best way possible.
How great is it that the season format? Are you a big fan of the season format, or do you like kind of being spread out? A lot of fighters that what I hear is they always say, "Yeah, we love that. You're fighting April 1st. They already have those Georgia dates for you. You know when you're fighting in Atlanta, and 6 weeks or 5 weeks after that. Does it feel good to have a format that hey, I got to be ready for these 2 dates, and then whatever happens past that is, of course, with your
Yeah,
wins and
just
points."
it's very important. I compete in the past in tournaments in Grand
Yep.
Prix. I fought 2 kickboxing Grand Prix. Uh, one was 3 fights in one day. The other one was 4 fights in one day. So I love the way the you many fighters. In the end of the year or in the end of the season, or in the end of the day, you have a champion, and I
Right.
think we all got equal opportunity. To get there, fight all the way through the belt, all the way through the $1 million, and this is amazing. It's a great opportunity for us as a fighters to to make money and to make a name. When you win a tournament and for any promotion in the world means you are special.
Yeah. I of course looking, I've seen you fight around 20, 25 times, and then you've just looked at your tapology. You fought some of the biggest names in the history of the sport. How important is it for you to start off the PFL season against their champion, against Brandon Lockney? How important is it to be like, okay, we're going to see where I'm at in this featherweight division right off the bat? There's no really getting around it. Does that give you extra motivation? How do you feel to
Yeah,
fight
I
the
agree. I
champion?
agree. I'll agree with you the way you're thinking. If we have to see something and we have to test something, we gotta test it now. We
Yeah,
can't keep
yeah,
waiting.
right.
And I can do it. I know I do. I have the potential, and it's a matter of get there and win. And flip the switch. I've been having a rough moment, with my career, but a lot of people know what I can do, and I know that's the most important. I know what I can do. So I had a great camp, and I'm ready.
Awesome. We are ready too, our friends. Cannot wait. Guys, April 1st, Las Vegas on ESPN. Marlon Moraes will main event versus Brandon Lockney. Okay, let's kind of talk a little bit of that legacy or a little bit MMA type of question. You've been around. You fought, like I said, some of the biggest guys in the history of the sport. What is it? What would it mean to you? I think you debuted. I think it was 2007, if I remember right. Debuted in 2007. It's 2023. What would it mean to capture a championship and $1 million in one swoop, 4 fights? What would that mean? Would that be like the cherry on top of your career?
Yeah, definitely, my friend. I want to live everything I have in 2023. I know I don't have so many years. I have few years.
Sure.
And I have a family. I have a beautiful family too that I want to enjoy. I love the sport, but I don't have 10 years in my career. Everybody know we uh, the lightweight divisions are very hard to compete at the top.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I wanna leave everything I have in the last few years, and I wanna leave a legacy. And for this opportunity to have a shot at this $1 million, 2023 came out perfect. It's a perfect time for me. I'm 34 years old, and I know I can be one of the best Marlon Moraes you guys ever seen this season. And after the season, we see what we do.
And Marlon, talking about your career and legacy, and you did a little bit of your family. I saw you on Instagram, a ton of pictures of family, which I'm a big time family guy myself, so I love that so much. What is it? Is it different training or going away for MMA and camps and fights itself? I believe I saw, I think, two kids. I think they're older now, right? When you fought 8, 10, 12 years ago without kids, is it a different mindset going away
Different.
or fighting now with older kids in your life?
Yes, definitely. It's a different mindset. It's not easy,
Sure.
to follow the path of a career and to keep taking fights, getting into fights and still give the attention your family deserve. And I even talk with people around me that it's not the same. It's not easy to deal with, but we do. And
Yeah.
for the love, what I tell everyone, the love you have for your kids, it's the biggest thing you ever feel in your life. If you don't
Yeah.
have a kid, you're never gonna know what's love.
Yeah.
And I have two. I know twice, and man, I'll do anything for them. And it's just different. Changes a lot.
And are they? I just heard something with Alan Belcher talking about his son. His son just turned 11, and now he's getting into combat sports. Like he's getting into it and telling his dad about, oh, you should do this and fight this. Are they getting into it now? Are they old enough to know what you're doing and who you're fighting and PFL, ESPN? Are they getting old enough to know that?
Not yet.
Okay,
One's 4 and the other one's 8.
8. Okay,
But is I like them to be into it, but it's not easy to deal with. With the
yeah, yeah,
questions. It's already so many questions about so many
yeah,
so
yeah,
many topics.
yeah, yeah. I
And it's okay. Let me handle that. And you handle your toys.
Absolutely. I love it. A couple more questions for you, my man. Appreciate your time. Fighting April 1st, PFL 2023 there in Las Vegas, ESPN. Um, so I've probably been to around 20 PFL events myself, and it's always a good camaraderie. Seems like the PFL does this really good thing, like they're a team. Even fighters are fighting against each other, of course, but it does seem like a really team aspect, right? And a lot of people, of course, there's big free agents. One is fighting on your card as well, Thiago Santos. He's now in the PFL. Of course, there's this big Francis Ngannou rumor maybe flying around. He might join the PFL. Are you, hey, you got a lot on your plate. You got a featherweight division. You got a lot of badasses out of division. Bubba Jenkins, Chris Wade. You got a lot of studs in there to just win it. What would you say to a big time free agent like a Francis Ngannou saying, hey, I'm maybe thinking about joining the PFL? What would you say to new up and coming fighters or prospects that might want to make that jump?
They gotta test free agents.
Test it.
I
Okay.
think that's the best thing you can do, especially when you're in a good moment. Believe yourself.
Right.
And fight with your boss. Believe you can win the last fight. Because they will always make you think you cannot win and you won't win. But it doesn't matter, winning or losing. Your worth will always be there. And believe yourself, your skills, and believe you can get paid what you deserve.
Love it. Beautiful. That's really well said. All right, a fun question we like to do, my man. We're big into Mount Rushmores. A lot of stuff going around, especially lately, right? John Jones just came back and won. We have a lot of Usman just took an L just a couple of days ago. Tell me, Marlon, your top four, your four MMA Mount Rushmore fighters that can be female, male, any generation, any promotion. What's your Mount Rushmore of MMA?
Man, I like the people around me, and that's the people I follow, and that's the people I will always try to do what they do, and the ones I follow their steps. And I cannot say my favorites are Frankie Edgar, Edson Barboza, Jose Aldo, Anderson Silva. I think those guys are the ones I look up to, and they made me be here and where I am, and have and accomplish everything that I accomplished through all my career.
Wow, that's a great four right there. Two of them, they just announced Anderson Silva was jumping in to the UFC Hall of Fame. They said it to the King of Rio, Jose Aldo. One day, just like a fun question just came in my head. Would you love one day to be in a UFC or MMA or one day even a PFL? Would you love to one day enter a Hall of Fame for what you've done for the MMA landscape?
It's amazing, but the Hall of Fame, the best Hall of Fame is be on people's brain, on people's mind,
Right.
and see a guy like at age like 50 years old and telling that kid, hey, that guy was a good fighter. He used to knock people out and he used to put in a show. Every time he fought, he put on a show. Every time he fought wasn't a boring fight, and that's what I'm working for.
Awesome. Marlon, you have not been a good fighter. You have been a great fighter, my friend. A phenomenal career. Still not over. I do feel a big 2023 in front of you. It starts 2 weeks from now, guys. April 1st, Las Vegas, Nevada on ESPN. Main event, Marlon Moraes versus Brandon Locklear. Appreciate your time, Marlon. We'll talk to you soon. All right, my friend?
Thank you, David. You have a good day, my friend.
You too, brother. Appreciate it.